Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, we just wanted to be able to take some opportunities with you on different platforms instead of just email to share with you a little bit about our heart and some of the exciting new things that we will be doing here at PCA. One of those, you received an email if you are a PCA family about SOAR for our secondary students, 7th through 12th grade. And so we really just want to highlight that the leadership, service, and spiritual life groups component. And I have with us Mrs. Rachel Didlake, our spiritual life director. And so I'm just going to be sharing we both are just going to be sharing with you a little bit about that, what our students will be learning, what they will be putting into practice, and how they'll be able to reflect on some of these leadership skills and how to really serve in a way that is honoring to the Lord. So I'm just going to have a conversation here with Mrs. Didlake, and we hope that you'll find this information really helpful for you. So Mrs. Didlake, why don't you share with us a little bit about the leadership? What is this leadership program that the students are going to be going through?
Yeah, so we're going to start next year with a series called Habitudes. Our middle school students are going to learn leadership skills. So it's going to be this introductory process talking about how do you begin to develop leadership skills. And then our secondary is going to start in a 4-part series. Next year, all 4 of our grades will use the first book in the series, and it's The Art of Self-Leadership. And so we'll learn that the first step to becoming a leader is learning how to lead ourselves. And I'm so excited to use Habitudes. It was created by Dr. Tim Elmore, and he's been working with youth for over 2 decades. And he's kind of honed in on how to teach leadership skills in a way that's really sticky. So he teaches using visual images. He talks about the fact that probably 2/3 of our learners are visual learners. And so this curriculum is going to work with the skills that our students have where images stick in our brains. And he uses things like, are you a quarterback or a referee? And he uses that image to teach a concept. But because he has both an image as well as some wordplay, it really sticks so that our students aren't just getting information, but it's something transformational that they can apply right away into their lives. And then we'll build on that series. So freshmen will always do The Art of Self-Leadership. And then the next year, sophomores, juniors, and seniors will do the second book in the series. And so we'll stair stack it so that the third year, our freshmen will do The Art of Self-Leadership, and then we'll do the art of, I think it's influence that comes next. And then we'll talk about leading leaders and transformational leadership, and we'll build these leadership skills so that we can really partner with you to have these students who are ready to leave PCA and lead wherever the Lord sends them next.
Yeah, this is really exciting. You know, and I've been a part of about 6 different schools, and they've always had a leadership program. And in one of the schools that I just had the privilege of serving at as a head of school, we introduced the same exact curriculum. And it's true, it really does transform the students' lives because it's so engaging. It's not a sit and a lecture. It's really this engagement that the students have with this curriculum. And with that, there is a service component that we are going to combine. So you want to speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we are actually, while we're recording this, in the middle of Shine Week. So I'm watching students go out into the community and serve. And I've been with our 5th graders, I've been with our 6th graders. Tomorrow, all of our high schoolers go out, and I'm so impressed by how much our students dedicate their hearts to serving. But we don't want them to serve just once a year and think that that's what service looks like for a mature disciple. We want it to be a part of their lives. And so we're going to integrate service into their courses a little bit more next year. And that'll look like utilizing that leadership time to also talk about how can we serve? How can we make this a part of our lifestyle that as the Lord serves us and as he has been so gracious to us, it naturally flows from our spiritual maturity that we're going out and serving others in the community. And so we're going to have our classes going out and serving more frequently rather than just packing it into one really fun week.
That's right.
We're going to make it something that happens all year long, that students at PCA are shining more than just once a week. But we are going out into the community and serving, and we're marrying that with both our spiritual life activities as well as our leadership.
Yeah, and so like we had mentioned in the email, SOAR is on our purple days, so our gold day is our chapel day, and that will take place on Wednesday. And then what we're going to do with our spiritual life groups this coming year, instead of once a month, they're going to be once a week that will follow chapel, which will take place on Thursday. So speak to us a little bit about what that will look like.
I'm so excited about this actually, because sometimes it feels like we have a chapel speaker, but we don't have time to talk about what we learned. And we know that that sort of engagement where we're discussing as a group what a speaker spoke about actually is what helps us remember and be transformed. It's not just listening, but then it's expressing and taking ownership and digging into the scriptures that we looked at. So each week we'll have chapel on Wednesday, and then we'll decompress and talk about, ask questions, discuss together in our spiritual life groups the next day what we learned about in chapel. And I think about that a little bit more like we're creating a river where spiritual life is flowing in one direction rather than a flood, where we have a lot of things that are happening and kind of just going surfacey. We're able to really dig into and create a path where all these things are working together for the sake of transforming not just what we know, but what we experience in our hearts and our hands, that we have this whole concept of what it means to grow spiritually at PCA, and all these things are working together in our students' lives.
Yeah, this is really exciting. So this is just one piece of SOAR. Like I said, we will be doing some more of these videos and sending those out to you as we continue to unpack what SOAR will look like. In addition, introduce some new faculty and staff to you. We have some exciting new executive leadership team members, and we just want to share what they will be doing here to help advance our mission at PCA. Remember, we really want to partner with you in helping to raise your children to be those lifelong leaders and learners, and again to serve in a way that honors the Lord and something bigger and greater than themselves, and just be those followers of Christ. So thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for the next one.
It's an exciting time to be an Eagle.
Yeah.